OMH Magazine, May 2021. Yashahime translation by Ayurya. The Yashahime's future. The three Yashahimes who carry both demon and human blood, Towa, Setsuna, and Moroha. The three of them have varying personalities, environments in which they were raised in, and goals for their actions. However, through the shared task of demon slaying, they slowly begin to accept one another. Though they are not perfect, close in sync team, trust has certainly budded between the girls who, together, have overcome any difficult situation. Even Kirinmaru's attack that killed Setsuna in one stroke could not sever the bond that connects the three. Towa, especially, who received a broken tenseiga from Seshomuru, appears to have not yet given up on Setsuna's life. Although it looks like the girls will still continue to face hardships in the future, we want them to clear the way to a happy future with their own hands. Hanyo no Yashahime entered a short break, leaving behind many points of interest such as Setsuna's shocking death, the broken tenseiga entrusted to Towa, and the continued separation of Moroha and her parents. Let's consolidate the existing mysteries and wait for the second chapter. Higurashi Towa, faced with the death of her beloved little sister, Setsuna, her demonic blood awakens for the first time. Until now, she had been using the demon sword, Kikujumonji, as her weapon, but what is this blade? Series composition, Katsuyuki Sumisawa. Q&A. The Yashahime story with continuous ups and downs in addition to reviewing everything up until now. Please tell us about the backstory and hints to the second chapter. Question: where do Towa, Setsuna, and Moroha normally spend the night? Answer: Towa freeloads at Kayedes' house. Setsuna stays at the Demon Slayer's headquarters. It's just that she can't sleep, so she probably keeps watch outside at night. Moroha lives at the corpse shop. Question: how far apart is Kayedes' village and the corpse shop? Answer: Kayedes' village is in the land of Musashi, so in terms of modern geography, imagine around Tokyo's Nakano and Suginami ward. Compared to that, the corpse shop is in the harbor, so around Shinagawa ward or maybe even Yokohama. It seems the three of them frequently met up, but there's actually quite a distance. Each of them had different goals behind their actions too. Question: when Towa, Setsuna, and Moroha first met, how was Moroha able to figure out that the two of them were Seshomuru's daughters? Answer: probably through smell. Seshomuru is well known among demons, and Moroha knows that Seshomuru is her father's older brother. However, Moroha still doesn't know that Seshomuru is the one who trapped her parents within the Black Pearl. Question: does Moroha know her parents' names? Answer: she does. When Inuyasha and Kagome were approached by Kirinmaru and Seshomuru, Awa no Hachiman, the raccoon dog, took Moroha to the wolf demon tribe where she was raised. That being said, Koga probably told her. Question: doesn't Moroha want to meet her parents? Answer: she thinks her parents are dead. That's why her thoughts are, there's no point obsessing over someone who's dead. Hachiman, the raccoon dog, didn't watch the details of the incident to the end and assumed that if Sesshomaru and Kirinmaru were their opponents, they're probably not alive now. That's what Moroha was told through Koga. Question: why is the instrument that Setsuna plays the violin? Answer: when creating the scenario, I wanted some sort of gift from the modern era as something to connect the modern and feudal eras. Therefore, I decided to give Moroha the giant backpack as Kagome's daughter, and Setsuna an instrument. In addition, an instrument that absolutely didn't exist in the feudal era was better. So I chose the violin. There, of course, won't be violins in Japan, and even in the West, it had a different shape than it is now. Plus, before the current story was solidified, I had thought of a plot where the modern era was the setting, so it's a remnant of that. Question: did Mama Moe teach Setsuna the song she always plays on her violin? Answer: while she learned how to play the violin from Mama Moe, the song was not something she learned from her. Rather, Setsuna is playing a song she once heard based off her memory, where she heard it. Please wait for the second chapter. Question: With Kanamitsu no Tomoe as a medium for Setsuna and the Rouge being suggested for Moroha, each of them has had their demonic blood sealed. What about the seal for Towa's demonic blood? Answer. Toa's is not sealed. Moreover, her demonic blood had not yet awakened. That's where, in episode 24, her demonic blood awakened for the first time, with Setsuna's death being the trigger. However, that was an out-of-control state. Going forward, how Seshomuru's blood flowing within her will manifest itself will be something worth noting. Question. Why does everyone call Toa and the others Yashahime? Answer. Ever since the Spirit of the Tree of Ages called them as such in episode 4, everyone started calling them that, no matter who they spoke to. At first, even Toa and the others were like, "We're not Yashahime," or "Are you referring to us?" But as they got addressed that repeatedly, they gradually accepted the name. Question. Hisui's older sister, Kinyu, is a nun, but what does his older sister Gyokoto do? Answer. She shoulders the responsibility of helping Songo create the weapons for demon slaying, delivering those weapons to the other slayers, accepting demon slaying requests around the area, and collecting information on demon sightings. Question. Is Kirin Maru a demon of Japan? Answer. No, I think talking like this will be easier to understand. Kirin Maru is one of the few greater demons who is aware that the earth is round. In that era, the only ones who have a sense of this are probably just Kagome, Toa, and Kirin Maru. Having circled the globe many times, Kirin Maru, who had traveled around the world, met the dog general at the very end in the land at the farthest end of the earth, Japan. Ever since then, he has remained in Japan, so it could be said that he's a demon of Japan, but his existence is on a bigger scale than that. Kirin Maru frequently reads Western books and he orders those from various places around the world. The one who buys them is Riku. Naturally, I'm sure that not only does Riku secretly read the Western books in the library, but Kirinmaru wouldn't reproach him for such a small thing either. In episode 7, Riku called the apple a forbidden fruit, but of course, I'm sure Kirinmaru has read the Bible before. That's most likely because he's been alive since the era of myth, so he may have seen Buddha or Jesus Christ in the flesh. There's probably no way he saw Adam and Eve eat the forbidden fruit though. Laughs. Question, point blank, what is the relationship between Kirinmaru and Riku? In a reflection of the past 200 years ago, it seemed Riku didn't have any emotions. What exactly was that? Answer. This will be revealed in the second chapter as well, but to give you a little hint, Riku started taking care of Zero after the dog general died, and as he healed her, he gradually began to have emotions. That's why Riku's way of thinking was influenced by Zero, such as, you have to destroy those that you love. Question. Zero lost her demonic powers when she created the Rainbow Pearls. Then what was the power that she was using when she fought? Answer. Zero was using the power of hexes. In this world, there is not only demonic power, but all sorts of powers such as spiritual power and Buddhist power, and each of them is separate. What she used was a power similar to charms and Inyo Gogyo. Question. Why did someone like Kirinmaru, who values reasons, have the four perils who had sleazy personalities and subordinates? Answer. Kirinmaru's mind is preoccupied with a certain matter that's important, so he doesn't really care about anything else. Hence, he doesn't remember every single demon that has challenged or served under him, and he doesn't care what kind of person they were. Question. In episode 21, it was surprising when Toa said, "I like you, Riku." To put it frankly, what do Toa and Riku think of each other? Answer. Toa thinks Riku is Riku. She doesn't perceive him as being a part of Kirinmaru's group. On the other hand, Riku thinks Toa is the Lady Yashahime that will slay Kirinmaru. That's why he addresses her as Lady Toa. Currently, there are no romantic feelings between the two of them, just that there's probably affection from Riku to Toa. Question. Why does Riku think I only kill those I love? Answer. Because those who are loved vanish beautifully. That is what Zero said in episode 23. To Zero, death is sad, but to Riku, there's no difference between dying and living and that they are the same. Based on that, Riku came to think you have to destroy those that you love, and he chooses to kill as an expression of love. That might be quite difficult to understand. Question. Why is Seshomuru so cold to his daughters? Answer. Just as a lion drops its cubs into a bottomless ravine, a demon's feeling is that they only raise the child that gains strength from hardship. That is the right of courage and cowardice. It's a little different from the feelings we humans have. That's why hating his daughters or purposefully tormenting them is certainly not the case. Question. Although, isn't separating the babies from their mother immediately after birth or having them fight the strongest beast king of the eastern land, Kirinmaru, a little too much? Answer. If you watch the kabuki play Renjishi, I think you will get it immediately. Anime is fine, but I would like to recommend the traditional arts that have ceaselessly been passed down since ancient Japanese times. Even if going to see them is difficult, researching on the internet is easy. Even the phrase right of courage and cowardice will show up in there. It seems that in this world, there's no people who love their children more than Japanese people. Perhaps that's why it can't be helped that the way Sesshomaru is raising his children feels very cold. However, those who watch the Inuyasha series I think will know, but Sesshomaru's hearing and smell are exceedingly exceptional. He has the ability to immediately rush in no matter how far the distance. Question. Lastly, please tell us how production for the second chapter is going. Answer. Currently, we're writing the second half of the script for the second chapter. The whole staff are eagerly working under this difficult corona crisis. In the second chapter, we would like to create a script that is particular on the details as much as possible. In the previous series, there were many self-contained demon-slaying stories, but for the second chapter, we've changed the structure of the story so that it progresses with the feelings of various characters intertwining together, just like in Inuyasha, the final act. Hence, I think the impression of the story will change quite a bit. Please wait until the broadcast to see what kind of story it will be like.